What are the 7 types of flight simmers? Can you guess? And which one are you? When you figure it out, put it down in the comments. I'd love to know which one you are. Alright, in no particular order, and by no means is this an all-inclusive list of 7 types of simmers. There's probably a bunch more, so if you have any ideas what those might be while I'm going through this, you're like, no, Matt, there's more simmers. There's this type of simmer, this kind of simmer. Leave it down in the comments. This is just going to be a get started list, I would say. I'm going to break down the 3 more broad categories first, and then we're going to break that down into even more categories. Simmers that just want to get stuff done and they want to make things happen. They want to put their money down and get themselves a simulator back. I call that the turnkey simulator. You'll see there's many different places you can buy turnkey simulators, but the one that I just kind of pulled up for a quick demonstration was Virtual Fly. If you get an FAA approved training device, then you're going to get yourself a turnkey device because they're already set in stone, in paper. They come with their own manuals and pretty much everything that needs to go on there, and that doesn't change. So if you just want something real simple, something that probably works, so it falls into that turnkey, then this is the way to go. Just go to Virtual Fly, grab yourself a BATD or an AATD, and those are different aviation training devices: basic aviation training device, advanced aviation training device, and those are going to be FAA approved, ready to go out of the box. The next big category is plug and play. So I would say that this is probably where I fall. This is where you're going to grab stuff off the shelf, maybe from a site like Real Sim Gear. Even Virtual Fly has a lot of flight controls, or you can get those flight controls right through Flight Sim Gear. But basically the idea is that you're going to grab whatever it is that you need in the most plug-and-play manner, and you're going to grab it from a site like this or a one-off from someplace like Flight Sim stuff, or many other different places. I've talked about a lot of these different places in some of my other videos as well, so make sure to go check those out. Definitely check out our flagship video. That one was very plug-and-play, but at the same time kind of ventured into our third category. You got your turnkey simulator, just go buy it, make it work, and you've got your plug and play guy. So let's look at our third major broad category, and that is what I would call DIY. Now this one really encompasses a lot of different flight simmers, and I really didn't think about how deep this particular category went. I didn't really meet him too in depth, but sat through some of his classes and some other stuff, and that is Captain Bob, who I would say definitely falls into the DIY category. I'm not associated with Captain Bob, but I was really impressed with what he's doing and the work that he's accomplishing with his own Cessna 172, where he's building out his own cockpit, pre-configured, pre-built, pre-wired, 3D printed, CAD designed stuff that he did himself. And I really thought that was really cool, because if you know how to do that stuff, it really opens up the possibilities of what you can do inside of your particular simming environment, or while you're simming. Now those are the 3 broad categories. You got your turnkey, you've got your plug and play, and you've got your DIY, which are all going to break down into the other 4 categories, which brings us up into the 7. Sergio with the Healy Simmer guys, HealySimmer.com, right? So you can come over here and you're going to learn a lot about helicopter simulations. There's people that are all in on helicopters. They're going to build out a rig that is completely flight simulator, completely helicopter driven. You go DIY or plug and play, you could probably go back to State Level Avionics and grab whatever you want and get that stuff put in there. So helicopter, that's a big one. The next big one, so that's one of the categories, by the way, was helicopter. I don't see too many turnkey helicopter setups out there. Not to say that you couldn't find it. It might be out there, okay? So keep an eye out. Probably the one that I fall into, it's plugging myself here, is Flight Simulator Guides. That's me. This would be general aviation. A lot of general aviation guys, small aircraft, 4-seater aircraft, 6-seater aircraft, single engine, maybe a twin engine. Definitely go check out the marketplace for the Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. That way you can kind of get an idea of what aircraft is available. I think you're going to quickly realize what category you fall into as a flight simmer. Figured out while I was at the Flight Sim Expo, there's a lot of folks that are really just heavy into airliners, a lot of retired, maybe medically disabled airliners, and they just can't fly anymore. And they want to stay in the aviation world, or maybe they just like airliners. You never know. I've met a lot of people that don't fly airliners at all, but that's what they sim in. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on in that area. Air Force proud over here. Some of my early days of learning learning simming came from Air Force proud. So a lot of fun stuff, very entertaining as well, which is why he's got a lot of subs. In case you're missing out, we got the helicopters, we got the general aviation, we got the airliners, and then we got the combat simulators. So if you're looking to build warbirds, or you're looking to build out like a Blue Angels, this kind of stuff. Maybe you want to fly out to sea. Just depends on what you want to build out. You got the F-15s. A lot of stuff in here. I'm not too familiar with the DCS world, but I did learn a little bit about DCS. A lot of cool stuff going on there. I would say that they fall in line. Probably pretty close there to the top, the big flight simulators out there with pretty much the airliner or the combat flight simulations. Definitely go check out Thrustmaster. You're going to find a lot of the plug and play items there. You're not going to find a ton of turnkey stuff in the airliners or the combat flight simulator stuff, but you can definitely find a lot of items that you can put together. So you may end up, depending on where you fall in that category, you could end up being a little bit of a mix of DIY and plug and play. So you're going to get some stuff off the shelf. You're probably not going to DIY a whole, G1000 suite or a G500 panel or a GTN 750 with a touchscreen panel, right? Buy this off the shelf while building out a pause switch or a brake pedal system, all that kind of stuff. And MobiFlight.com, definitely come check out these guys. They have a lot of different items, a lot of different resources, a lot of different things that you can do. And they're going to get you started in that DIY space so that you can start creating and filling in the gaps. Okay, so I hope that this has been helpful. I hope you guys are seeing kind of what I saw when I went to the Flight Expo. So you've definitely got your DIY, you got your plug and play, you've got your turnkey guys, and all three of those major broad categories are going to fall into. You got your helicopter guys, you got your airliner guys, you got your general aviation guys, you got your combat simulator guys. A lot of stuff going on. Definitely keep your eye on those. If there is another category of flight simmer that I did not cover here, please tell me what it is. If you haven't already seen our flagship video again, I'll leave a link up here somewhere. Definitely go check that out and see how we built our Cessna 172 back here. And I will see you guys in another video. Take care. Love you guys. Have a good one. All right. See you.